Hello guys, welcome to Communicative English class. In this class we discuss some of the strategies of reading skills. We read, we search for information, right? Or we read for knowledge, or we read for pleasure. For reading we refer many sources, either they are online sources or offline sources. We refer many things for getting pleasure or for getting information or for gaining knowledge. So these reading skills will help us how to find information accurately and quickly in less time. Okay? So today we will discuss some of the strategies of reading skills. So reading skills not only for pleasure, information or knowledge, for your academics also it will be helpful. When you know how to read, when you follow some strategy while reading, so you will gain knowledge quickly. Okay. See that what are the essential skills for reading. So we need decoding. Decoding means when you read a text, you should understand the letters, okay, and how they form into words. That means you have the ability to decode into your language. Okay, so you need the essential skill decoding. Second one is vocabulary. So you know that. So if you know the word, if you know the meaning of the word, then the essence you can catch the essence fast. And fluency. That means words are formed into sentence, and these ideas are expressed in sentence. So if you have fluency, you can read the text fast and you can understand the idea also. I mean how the ideas are organized, everything. Then connecting ideas, sentence construction and cohesion. So what the content of the reading text, and what are the ideas and how they are connected, what is the logic behind the text, that you will catch if you have this skill. Next one, reading comprehension. That means the overall information in the text, what is the text and what is it giving, what is the objective of it, that you can understand. Next, reasoning. That means what is there behind the words, or we can say that reading between the lines, that means inferences. Okay, so here connecting ideas, fluency, reading comprehension, that is what is there in the text that you understand, but what is behind the text, what is between the words, what is between the lines, the making inferences, that is called reasoning. Next, working memory and attention. So what we have read, okay, and how we can remember it, or how we can utilize it when the chance comes, okay, how to bring back that knowledge, that is called working memory and attention. Just let us have once look at it. So these are the essential skills for reading. That means to read a text we need these skills. Decoding means, so how the language, when what's the language is used, and you have to convert it into your language, and how the letters are used and how the letters are formed into words, that is called decoding. Then understanding the words and their function and their meanings. Fluency, that means how the words are formed and how the ideas are formed, how the ideas are presented. And then connecting ideas, that means sentence construction and logic cohesion, right? Next one, reading comprehension, the whole text. Then reasoning, that means behind the words what's the meaning. Then working memory and attention. These are the essential skills for reading. Right. Generally, what are the common problems? What are the common reading problems means? Either you have a problem with decoding. Suppose if it is our mother tongue, so we don't feel any difficulty while reading it. But even in mother tongue, if we face any new word or something with some different, if we haven't seen that one, we will feel difficulty. Okay, it become a barrier for us to decode it. Okay, so generally in foreign tongue we have problem with the decoding. Second one, poor comprehension. That means, okay, if we are able to decode, but if we are not able to comprehend the text, maybe because of lack of vocabulary, maybe because of lack of fluency. Okay, so we cannot comprehend the complete text. That is called poor comprehension. That means you are able to read the text, that means you are able to decode the text, but you are unable to comprehend the meaning. And speed. So you don't have a problem with the decoding, you don't have a problem with the reading comprehension. But if you are a slow reader, then you can't follow, right? Next one. That means especially when you are taking exam in any competitive exam, that speed makes a lot of difference. Okay. Then mixed reading difficulties. That means, so sometimes problem with decoding, comprehension, speed. So these are the four common reading problems. So how to improve my skills? How can we improve? Suppose if you are a cricket player, if you watch cricket, you will get some theory. But if you play cricket, you will understand what mistakes you are committing. Okay? So here, to improve our reading skills, you need to do much more practice. If you go on reading the text, then it will become easier for you, either decoding or in vocabulary or fluency. It becomes easier for you. So practice makes you perfect. Then not only just practice, you have to work on it consciously. Suppose two friends are playing cricket since their childhood, but one friend has become a state level player, but another friend is just playing. See that both friends started playing cricket at the early age, and both are playing every day, but one becomes state player and one becomes nothing. That means if you just play for the sake of play, and if you don't put your heart and soul on it, then you won't learn anything. But if you play or if you work on anything with your heart and soul, if you do it consciously, then you will learn a lot. That makes a lot of difference. Okay. If you question every time, how can I do it better, then you will find lot of improvement in the activities. So here, not just practice, you have to work consciously. That means what you are reading, how you are reading, and what is my speed, what is my level, and how I can make it better. If you just ask question like that, then you will surely observe improvement in any of the work or any of the skills. Okay, so this nobody can teach you reading skills. Actually, language also can't be taught, it should be learnt. Okay, teachers will give you some guidelines, will provide you some source, but everyone is the ultimate resource, okay, for themselves. Okay, So let us see some types of reading, or we can call strategies of reading: skimming, scanning, intensive reading and extensive reading. Skimming means we can say that if you are referring newspaper, you read the article, you read the news article, but you look at to find the gist of the article. You won't go word by word. Okay. So finally, you want to get the summary of the article. Okay. That type of reading is called skimming. Okay. Uh, so of course, when you suppose if you sometimes we refer newspaper for particular information in detail, and we need to remember it. Okay, at that time that is different, but generally we read newspaper for getting some gist. Okay, that is called skimming. And then scanning. Scanning means the best example is uh, right, when you want to know the railway timings or anything else exactly, so if there is a big board with all railway trains, train numbers and their timings, you quickly scan. Okay, so either you scan the name of the train, or either you can scan for the train number, okay, or place. You quickly scan it. Okay, so that is called scanning. That means to find for information, for certain information, not for gist. Okay, for certain information you apply some strategy, that is called scanning. Then intensive reading. Intensive reading means that what we do in our academics. That means we read it very clearly, we comprehend it and we remember it and we recall it and we apply it. Okay, that is called intense reading. And extensive reading. So, suppose if you are if you are studying for exams, suppose tomorrow you have an exam. Today you started preparation, right? At that time you don't go word by word, or you don't go content in detail, but you want some information, you want to make it up, right? So that is called extensive reading. Just we'll collect some of the information, not completely, and we'll find something else. That is called extensive reading. Skimming, scanning, intensive reading, extensive reading. These are the 4 strategies of reading. In today's class, we will look into skimming and scanning. Okay. All right. What is skimming? To read quickly, to get the general idea of a passage or a text or anything else. Okay. To get the general idea, that means gist. Yes. So tips for skimming. So how can see that if you are referring a newspaper, firstly you look at the title, okay, and you look at the subtitles, and you will find some bold letters, and if there is any information or if there is a picture, you will study that one. So by doing that one, you can quickly get the summary of it. Okay. So what is this? Choose a start and end point. That means if you read the beginning of the passage and if you read the end of the passage, almost you can get it. So in first few lines, almost we will get clarity of what the passage is. Okay, and at the end we will get some conclusion, so that we can understand at least 30 to 40% of the text. Choose a start and end point. Read the headings and subheadings. Okay. Then seek out bold words and terminology. So here some words are in bold, some words are highlighted. Okay. So you have to search for the words. Next, study diagrams, charts and captions if the text contains. Next, use your finger or a ruler to guide your eyes, because we quickly move the text. Okay, that's why if you just like go this in this way, you can't miss, right? So these are some of the techniques of skimming. Okay, right. So our generally information is organized in paragraphs. So every paragraph has a main idea. So that main idea generally it is covered in the first sentence, that is called topic sentence. That's why you have to read the beginning of the text and the beginning of the passage. That means the introduction. Okay. The beginning of the text, and at the end of the text, at the end of the paragraph, you will get some information. Next, every paragraph, generally the first line is a topic sentence. That topic sentence will tell us what that paragraph has. Okay? So you have to concentrate on the first lines of every paragraph, and you have to read the conclusion of the text. Then you will get the summary of the text. Okay? So this is just a guideline. Sometimes you need to read the whole paragraph. Okay? So it depends on the type of information that we are searching for. If it is scientific information, then we need to read the entire passage. But if it is just like news or something else, then you can use this skimming technique. Okay. Let's skim the passage. Here a passage is given and some questions are given. So far we discussed that the instead of reading the whole text, we can read the first lines and the last line, and then we will get some information. Let us apply the strategy here. Okay. I'll read the first sentence and the last sentence, and we'll go to the answers. See that whether we are able to find the answer for this question or not. Okay. In recent years, evidence has been collected which suggests that the proportion of British children and teenagers who are unhappy is higher than in many other developed countries around the world. Okay. So you have got some information. Okay. It is talking about British children and teenagers. So why they are unhappy? They are becoming unhappy. Okay. When they are compared with many other developed countries, okay, around the world. This is the passage about. Let us read the last line. Okay. Here, with less than half the national average income, this seems to have a negative effect on how they feel about themselves. Okay. So we have come to know what it is about, but in the last line it is not clear. Then you move one sentence forward and read it. Okay. The report was based on statistics and surveys in which young people answered questions on a wide range of subjects. The United Kingdom is relatively unequal country with a relatively high proportion of young people living in households with less than half the national average income. This seems to have a negative effect on how they feel about themselves. Okay. Now read the question. Choose the heading that best matches the paragraph. Parents are to blame for the state of children today. Second one, a report with many conclusions and worries about the United Kingdom. Growing up unhappy generation, or there are so many social problems young people face today. What is the right heading for this one? So certainly A is not. Okay. And B also it is not. A report with many conclusions and worries about the United Kingdom? No. It is only talking about the young generation and their unhappiness, not with many conclusion or worries. Either answer C or D. C, growing up unhappy generation, or there are so many social problems young people face today. So actually here nowhere the social problems are discussed. So the C is an apt title, growing up unhappy generation. So if you observe that we have clue in the first line itself. See that unhappy. Okay. See that when you are reading, suppose if you are reading for a competitive exam, first of all it is better to read the questions. Then you will understand what they are asking us, and also you will have you will understand the context of the passage. Okay, so first read the questions and the options clearly, then you go back to the text. So if you concentrate on the keywords, that what are mentioned in the questions and what are in the text, then you can easily match. Okay, so this is the strategy of skimming. Okay, so focusing on the main content, keywords, and the beginning of the paragraph, the conclusion of the paragraph, titles. If it has a picture, you thoroughly study the picture, you will get all the information. Okay, this is the strategy of skimming. Let us move to the next strategy, scanning. We already discussed scanning means to find an exact information about something. We don't want to know the whole summary, but we want particular information, but that should be accurate. Okay, so what is scanning and what is FIR? See this. So when we skim, just we follow some order, right? But when we scan, we go in zigzag manner. So wherever we can find information, we'll just skip or jump. Okay, scanning is a reading technique, and it helps us to read it quickly. And eyes over text, that means you jump over the text. Covers great deal of materials, because in less time we can cover a lot of material. Okay, next here we scan for specific information, that may be names or dates, anything else. Okay, but we'll cover the entire text. Next, answer a question, right? How to scan? Okay, look at the question and identify what is asked for in it. Okay, so first don't read the passage. In competitive exam, don't read the passage first, read the questions first. Next, are you looking for digits like numbers or dates, or specific words in sentences? That should be clear for us. Okay, keep the concept words in mind while scanning. That means in questions we will get some clues. So in the the passage before we read, there is unhappy, United Kingdom. Okay, and teenagers, young people, right? So these are the keywords. Like that, you have to mind keywords we have to mind the keywords. Okay. Then it is important to understand how our material is structured, as well as to comprehend what you read, so you can locate the specific information you need. Because see that sometimes in some texts, information, the main information is kept at the end of the text. Okay, and they give some description, and the letters or some main information is given at the end of the text. Okay, end of the passage. So in some descriptions it is spread all over the text. So just have a glance how the text is organized, then it is easy for you to locate what you want. Okay, so let's scan the passage, or the same passage that what we have read, but the question is different, right? How many countries are in the first report? We want number. Okay, so already in the first attempt we came to know that there is no number. Okay, right, let us scan, quickly jump over the text. Yes, we got it. 19 European countries. See that sometimes maybe another number is also given to distract us. Once go through it, once quickly go through it, right? In any of the no number is given in any part of the text. So we can easily guess that 19 is the answer for this question. Okay, you should be no, you should be cautious, because sometimes to distract us they give information in a zigzag way. Right? Okay, this is the way how to scan it. So what is the benefit of skimming and scanning? Uh, we can search for a specific information needed from a text reading or books quickly and efficiently. See that if you are doing a project, you need to refer many books, you need to refer some research articles. You can't read it word by word. Even though it is needed to understand what it is, but you can't, you can't go through every word. Okay, you want some part of information. So for that one, you can use these techniques, skimming and scanning. Okay, if quickly and efficiently. Okay, time is an important factor, but efficiency is also an important factor. Next, we can explore the many pages of the book in a short time. Right? Next, it doesn't take not too much of a waste of time looking for something, the chill of the book, which does not support particular actions to search the information. Okay. That means while we do this one, we don't miss the chill of the book, that means the essence of the book, but we'll get the message. Okay. Of course, something we can miss, but we don't miss the essence of the text, that what is given here. Okay. Right. So this is end of today's presentation. Now let us go back once and see this. Okay. Right. Reading is for pleasure, reading is for information, reading is for knowledge. So these are the essential skills for effective reading. Okay. Then these are the problems: problem with decoding, problem with comprehension, problem with speed, or some reading difficulties. Okay. Conscious reading, working consciously, and always asking yourself a question: how can I do it better? That will be the driving force for you to improve yourself. Okay, no one will come and judge you, but you yourself being a judge. Right? The 4 strategies: skimming, scanning, intensive reading, extensive reading. Right? Some other day we will discuss the other 2 strategies. Okay, to read quickly, to get the general idea of a passage. Right? How to read it, how to capture the information which is spread all over the paragraphs, and we did it. Scanning, jumping over the text for specific information. Right? Understanding how the information is organized, and understanding the question, and make specific what we are looking for. And we did one model, and how skimming and scanning are better for quick and efficient reading. Thank you.